It's your boy Ink. Welcome to the shop. We're doing well, having a wonderful day on a glorious morning of the 6th February 2026. Woke up not too long ago. Look at my father's. Wanted to bring the can, and I got some information for him for the tax. So yeah, so I'm gonna do that. Pretty good morning. I had some problems today with the storage. Giving you relaxed one day of posting, but I've been fixing it. I got a busy couple of days, so with my father right now. Then I'm gonna go see Shao. I'm excited about tomorrow. So I have to make sure that we do a pretty proper maintenance of everything. Because actually, we didn't see the best first hour and a half, but it's okay. This will go back to sleep. We'll wake up and we'll have a good day. So that's pretty cool. What's next? That's pretty much it, to be honest. Stuff, dude. Because literally just woke up. I know I don't look like I woke up, but that's the best way to wake up. You wake up and you're like, oh shit, I got shit to do. You know? Or, oh, fuck, I'm gonna be late. That's the best way to wake up. Because like, oh, this is fucking fantastic. Right? But on a day like today, for example, and this is weird, you can also see your priorities via you waking up. So for example, you wake up, you have X to do, and your first thought you want to press snooze. Oh, it doesn't matter. Versus something like, okay, well, whew, I have to do it, right? So I cannot press snooze. For example, this morning with my father, the Pacific time, with the TikTok live, trying to do the schedule thing, I don't have a precise time. However, the tower has a precise time. So we're doing the TikTok according to the schedule of the tower, right? So the motivation isn't to start the TikTok live, the tower. But then, do I take days off of TikTok live? Well, tomorrow, yes. But apart from that, no. So it's a really cool thing. It's a really cool, look at the sky, it's beautiful. It's a really cool thing of saying, like, hey, these are your priorities. Your brain, subconscious, or every gray matters in your system is telling you that this is worth waking up, and this is not worth waking up, and you can allow yourself a sneeze. Now, it's all according to you waking up, you being able to wake up at a certain, you waking up, you being able to wake up at a certain time, depending on how many snooze you put. So for example, I go to work at 7. I know I have a hard time waking up, so I put my first alarm at 5:30, second at 5:45, third at 5:50, and you wake up at 5:50. There's still a 20 minutes between. Because there's still a 20 minutes between. Oh, that smells good. It's like chicken bouillon. For real, I'm not even joking. And I don't have a good nose, so yeah. But then it's complex because if your inner body or your inner discipline doesn't normally allow you to wake up, then the whole thing is completely different. If I have a hard time waking up, but I do a bigger effort for something to wake up and something else, then this thing is of higher priority to me. And that's the important part. Because, again, you're pushing again. Oh, this is wakey morning inky. Whew. This is you pushing the forward ID. Why don't I see before? Because I got a screen in the tower that hides it. Yes, that's your answer. So if you have a harder time waking up, then everything is harder, right? But then it's a mixture between lack of discipline, lack of motivation, lack of discipline to wake up at a certain time, I like the motivation to wake up at all. And that's what we've been dealing with lately. I've been sleeping a lot more. And don't worry, I've been blessed. Because so I managed to do everything I can and want in 2 weeks. We missed one night. But what's pissing me off and what's bugging is the one night we missed. We didn't miss 3 hours. We didn't miss 2 hours. We missed a couple minutes. I was just taking every phone and I'm like uploading the day worth. Now the goal with that was to save some space. So instead of uploading 5 things of 9 o'clock, you upload 5 things of 12 o'clock. That way, you're still uploading 5, but you're uploading a much bigger thing. So you're freeing a much bigger thing. There's nothing that you can do while you're sleeping. Nothing. You can do stuff, but this stuff you have to prepare before. And for example, heck, there's gonna be some cool stuff coming up to the channel, right? For example, we're starting Bitcoin as a miner. So, I'm like, okay, well, this is what I have. I can do this while I sleep, blah, 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 blah. But then, this is a learning tool. You're not really doing this in your sleep because you are unindependently uploading and doing stuff. And then, it's very low power. You still have to charge batteries. Okay, well, I don't necessarily have enough wire. Now, the truth isn't that. The truth is, I just 4 wire. I got 4 wires, no problem. But it's complex. It's complex, you know? Because like, okay, well, I will have to adjust a little bit. It's a bit of a bigger sort of risk because I risk your phone shutting down, which I have to restart, I have to wait sometimes, malfunction, whatever, you know? Versus the reward yielded, that's once every 2 days. We're gonna do some behind the scene. You know, once every day, but the behind the scene of when we wake up and when we go to sleep for this. If I stay up for 16 hours, 16 hours of data mining, or for 13 hours of data mining, and it's going to be a new sort of content which I'm happy about, right? This is very complex because you're saying that you lack motivation, but you're adding things to the list. You're adding project, which is right, but then we're testing out human nature, testing out your own limits of the second lack of self-motivation, lack of discipline. Lack of discipline, I won't do it. Lack of motivation, I'll do it in a way where sometimes I miss it, sometimes I don't. You know? And it's been something that I wanted to do for a while. I actually remember last year we did the Atlas Earth. We did what else? We did Bitcoin Miner. But then on YouTube it was part of a scam. So I'm gonna do this. Be super fucking simple. Well, maybe the first part would be behind the scene. Another would be at the beginning of the tower. So if it's at the beginning, then the file will be called screen recording YouTube, screen recording the tower. And then since it's not beginning of behind the scene, then YouTube will not. How can I put this? YouTube will not push forward the idea that, okay, well, these are 4 hours videos of behind the scenes, and the 8th of it is something that minor, so we're going to talk about scam, you know? But then it's also weird because it allows publicity of casino. When you research why they allow casino, is allowed as a safe and purposeful tool to learn about the danger of gambling, right? So to do prevention, they'll show you websites that do have a free option. So doesn't matter if you lose, doesn't matter if you win, you won't lose cash, right? But on said website, there's also a way to get money. And because there's always a way to get money, then there is a way to lose some. There's a way to gain, to lose, like fuck, you know? And then you realize that they promote it as a assisting tool, right? But then they promote it as an assisting tool, but then the way, so for example, right? You have a website. When I was growing up, I know a lot of people, you links to that, 90s kids. There was this place called Newgrounds. Newground was the greatest website ever made. There was a lot of flash game, fan-made game, very good time killer. And it was also porn. So the minute that you are able to get to the porn part of the website, there's no stopping you. It's the same thing. On the surface, it's legitimate websites, but on the ground, there's some. Why? Because you're fucking 13 and they're asking, are you 18? Yes, sir. And you take a pencil or a Sharpie and you draw a mustache. and your name is now, I don't know, Robert the Third. And like, holy shit, dude, it worked. Nothing doesn't work. When you click on the thing that says I'm 18 and older, you sign a waiver that says, hey, I'm aware of the warning, and I try to not follow it, which is your responsibility. So all of that is kind of the crazy way the system works, right? Now, over the beginning when we're talking about that there's a third thing that we didn't think about. The lack of motivation. Lack of motivation and lack of discipline. There's a third thing that we talk about. The third thing is what? The third thing is, am I able to? Doesn't matter how much education I have. Doesn't matter how much motivation I have. I'm 5'4". I won't be a fucking basketball player. I wish I was. I'd be LeBron French, you know? Stephen Charest. That's my real name. Who else? Kobe en français. S'il vous plaît. You know? Kobe Mercier. The best fucking attacker from Montreal. Out of 14 people. So, if there's not a possibility, again, that's a great thing. Because there's time where you do a project and it doesn't work. And you're like, well, you know, I wasn't able to because it didn't allow me to. A couple of rules, I got kicked out, I got banned. So that's one. Two, well, because I couldn't do it, I didn't do it. If you really wanted to, you could find a way around. But, that being said, it's the tougher part because, like, I would find ways to go around, but, I don't know. It's so complex because, I'm gonna put this. Because it's the way of life. And your relationship. Like, dude, your relationship, you're not making the effort to maintain them because you're in a position where, like, fuck, everything I did was not worth it. It was worth it, you just didn't see through, at least. So, I had a 6-month relationship, and at the end I stopped trying to get her. It's like, well, the guy doesn't care, I don't care, ergo, we're not meant to be together, right? Versus the guy that was like, no, I really like this girl, I just lost her, fuck, what am I supposed to do? You know? That's different. That is different. See if I can implement that and the content, right? Oh shit. So I can implement that and the content, and I can implement that anywhere. If I can implement that anywhere, then I'm better for it. Which brings us back to the full circle, which is going to be the end of the video. Do I have the force, the motivation, and dedication, or discipline? Do all I have to do, or I'm going to give it up? If I can, I will, but then when it doesn't come to content, what's the point? There's no reward. There's no system of reward. People say, I ask a lot of people, they say, yo, dude, you're a workaholic. But then working gives me more pleasure, give me a better purpose, give me more reward, not working. Look, taking a picture of the police. So, you bring yourself in a position where, like, fuck, guess what? If it's not rewarded, I'm not trying. And here lies the problem. We have to realize if we can do it, there's no reward, and we have to realize that we have to create a reward, and we have a motivation. This is less of self-discipline. I can't change that. It's lack of motivation. That I can. Anyway, we're home. Let you guys take it easy. Peace. Don't blink, it's your buying. Welcome to the show. Because the new Wolves are having a wonderful day on this glorious, and I do mean glorious freaking day 119 of Vendetta, or the 6th of February 2026. And from my father's house, we came back with a gift, and I hope it's a last one because we're emptying the apartment just to fill it up right away. So that's not good. Now it's cold. I don't know why. I think it's because I was in a rush. It wasn't cold much. So now I have to go back home. I'm gonna sleep a little bit, and we'll wake up. There we go. Can't believe yesterday we made so many mistakes yesterday. And we're not in a rush. We're thinking about what we did wrong. I left it's weird, 17 hours, dude. I never had that. And then it's gonna be a bitch to oops, can't swear. It's gonna be a bitch to do the editing. Put it down. I have to do 1.5. So if we do 1.5, I'm gonna get 1148. That's 17. So I don't know how much exactly. What we're bringing back is a duster. I think to keep the dust. The dust. We're having some microwave plate. We're having some legs for mine sofa. That's pretty good. It was a good time. It was really a good time. Had a good breakfast. Ate like a pig. Played a couple of games. Won one, lost one. You know? That's definitely fun. So yeah, so I'm gonna go back home. Call my mom today. Because I haven't called her in a while. And I'm happy. Because, see, my father is a bit more... it's so funny. My father's a bit more lack of self-awareness. So he'll be like, yo, you haven't texted me in a while, what's up? And my mom, she'll be like, what's going on, Steph? You haven't talked to me in a couple of days. Like, yeah, well, if you want to talk to you can text. I'm not gonna bite, it's too hard. And she's like, I don't want to bother you. I'm like, okay, well, I'm like, you don't want to bother me. You don't mind making me feel bad about the fact that I'm not calling you. But it is bothering me. But hey, I love her. So, you know, it's all good in the hood. And it's kind of crazy because, you know, I've been watching a lot of Bobby Lee lately. See, this is the crazy thing. The world itself, the universe itself, and this is going to be like, oh, is he drunk? Is he drunk? It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Is he drunk? When the universe talks to you, right? So, about 4 days ago, I saw, crazy. 4 days ago, I saw a TikTok edit of the movie It's Your Story from Dragon Quest. And then, for some reason, 2 days after, the newest game came out, which I don't know about Dragon Quest in so long. And I haven't done anything to it, right? And then I saw somebody play on TikTok, like, wow, this is so fucking good. And yesterday we had a big amount of money come my way. It's like 800 something. So I was like, okay, well, let's splurge a little bit with the game. So we're gonna receive it today. It'll look amazing, right? But then, here's the crazy part. I don't know if I would have been interested if I haven't seen the other thing, which was the edit, random edits, right? So then, with my father and my mom, sorry, it's a weird thing because you see them get older, and you worried about being a good son. And you never used to worry about being a good son. Well, I never did. But then I don't know. They're getting older, they're getting weaker, you know, a bit more worried. I have to be a bit more careful. So sometimes I wonder how I treat my parents, right? And then that's the crazy part because I feel like an asshole sometimes. But then this week, as the universe was talking to me, I recommended a video of Bobby Lee, which I adore, about Bobby Lee, especially with Andrew Santino. With Andrew Santino, I don't have anything against Tiger Belly. But working with your ex, look, they're gonna go slide. Working with your ex is a bit of special, right? Versus working with your best friend or a really good friend, which is healthy. Fuck. Am I saying it's not healthy to work with your ex? I'm saying in more situations, is it healthier to work with your boy, with your bro, working with your ex? No. It all depends on how much time you've been together. Is the relationship ended on a healthy way? It all depends. You know? You know what I just did? That was super two-faced. That was super fucked up. I was listening to a kid as a curiosity of, do you speak French? These kids. Do you speak French or do you speak English? Because there's a lot less people that talk French in Quebec. And it's a worry that we don't speak French. And I'm like, you fucking piece of shit, bro. You're doing a video in English. Who cares what language you speak? You're not even speaking the language you're supposed to. Do you see? Yeah, so, bit nuts. There you go. I'm not gonna film a person that clearly needs help, because if I needed help, I want people to film me, you know? So, with Bobby Lee, talking about his parents, then, because for example, right, in real life, I got my, the people that I really talk to a lot, which are like Carly. Carly should have a really good relationship with her parents, but then it's not comparable because, first of all, she has a sister. So if she's lacking a little bit at her daughter, her sister's going to pick up. And if her sister's lacking a little bit at her daughter, she's going to pick up, right? And also, their vote, very different, but not enough for them to be like complete entity. My parents are so different, I can't compare them. My mom was like very set in her ways. My father was very set in a different way. Can't even compare, you know? So yeah. So the guy was looking at me because I was talking to him and I didn't talk. He's like, oh yeah, imagine it. No, you didn't though. But listen. And then you just saw the guy in his bicycle singing along and like, oh, he needs help. You're also talking to yourself. You're filming yourself, but you're also talking to yourself. Look how the painting here. Looks like it's layered. I'm losing my pants. And then Xiao is very close to his parents, but then in the culture, right? Imagine being an asshole. Imagine being an asshole, but realizing that you're an asshole. It's different. Am I an asshole? I don't know. I gotta be honest, I don't know. A part of me thinks that I can do better. A part of me thinks that I can do good. I'm doing good. So you're constantly in a way of thinking I'm somewhere in the middle. Before we're talking about discipline, motivation, shit like that, right? Well, kind of goes without saying that with this specific case, it is the exact same shit. Exact same shit. So why? Well, how can I put this? It's the exact same shit because that's a good way to put it. Are you okay with being in the middle? Let me be the best. You know that you're not going to be the best, right? So you come to the realization like, no matter how hard I try, I won't be a basketball player. No matter how hard I try. You know? But then, so I'm sad about that. Because there's no guarantee of success. There's no way of success. There'll always be this kid that outdo you. That's not a competition, right? Not a competition. But at the same time, if you're okay with doing the very least, including the very least. So when I talked to my father, I'm a hockey player. And we were agreeing because we're not a sports guy. We want a guy called P.K. Subban. And P.K. Subban used to be a big part of the Canadian of Montreal's. But people didn't like him because he was loud, he took places. Right? So then we're talking about him. And I mentioned my dad, I miss him. And he's like, yeah, but people didn't like him. Hey, who gives a shit if people liked him? This guy wasn't even playing for the Montreal. And he brought the cup to Montreal to show people. And my father's like, yeah, I remember that. It was a nice gesture. So even then, the mentality might be a way. And this has always been a struggle. I think like my dad a lot. The way we act, the way we talk, the way we react. But then, if nurture, I'm like father. Nature, I'm like mother. Again, with my fucking pants. Dude, what the heck is going on? What the heck? So it's complex. Because you're in a position of, hey, this is really fucking cool. Then you're in a position of like, hey, I could have done better. You know? And then, start trying to please others. Start trying to be in the middle. I don't want to be too much like my dad. My mom doesn't feel like I don't care about what she's thinking. I don't really care about my mother. Because I don't want my father to think like, hey, that's like I raised this guy. But then, never wonder about who am I? Am I in the middle? Possibly not. Am I the complete opposite? Possibly not. I'm in the middle between being in the middle of who they are and being completely opposite of who they are. That, my friend, is chaos. It's nomenclature of what real is, what's not. You know? You can't quantify a person's personality. Because you can't quantify it. You can't put a value on it. And you can't put a value on it. You can't tell I embody a percentage of this value. Very complex. I watched this really good movie. this week with Ben Stiller. My life, my life, my life. No, sorry, it's in French. My life, no, life, my life. And the movie itself is so fucking good because it's so flawed. And it makes you think about it, right? So the guy, complete opposite. He's a father. And he's a father and he's sad about life. You see all of his friends being successful, right? All of them being successful. You see himself getting against his son because his son is more successful. He sees him as a failure, right? He met this girl. This girl's interested in him. And think about cheating his wife. When it doesn't matter, when it doesn't happen, he calls her like, hey, how are you? That's a fakey, right? And then the guy's a complete piece of shit. He's like, nobody but him was thinking about the competition. Nobody but him was comparing life. Nobody but him thought, hey, I have something to prove here. So then he wasn't wrong. But then that's how he feels. He's in the wrong. The difference between I think a certain way and I'm in the wrong, I think in a certain way, I don't realize that I'm in the wrong. And again, what is wrong? What is right? Your perception of right is right. My perception of right is right. But it doesn't mean that the description or the value of right and wrong is the same. Because you don't know what it is, you stay in the middle. Because once again, the position of, I don't really know what's right. So kind of do the maximum of right. And you're in a position of, I don't really know what's wrong. I'm in a position of, I don't want to be doing wrong, right? Imagine being satisfied with just doing good. Not doing great and not doing good. Then you realize that that's possibly the way most people think. Just like in the movie, my description of it is, I think I said today, I could be a better son, but I'm not the worst. Comparing myself. I could be doing better, but I could be doing worse. Compare myself. To what degree? To what point? Live your life the way you want. Suffer consequences with the way you want. Anything like that, right? There was this guy yesterday, and people were making fun of him because he got caught talking to a 16 years old, you know? And I did the same thing. Now, of course, she started it. She started the conversation. She always came to me. She always initiated the talks. But I could have said no. So on paper, in the eyes of most people, I'm justified. Because like, the guy was lonely. He felt insecure. He felt sad. He felt comfort. And the way she made him feel. Doesn't matter who she was. Doesn't matter how old she was. Right? Doesn't matter where she was from. Doesn't matter if she was gay or straight bi. It didn't matter her pronouns. I need somebody was there. And the other two people, she is more responsible for the conversation than I was. But I was still part of it. Still partaking in it. So, in the thing leading to it, I'm wrong. In the behind the scene, I'm wrong. And the general result, I'm wrong. But, because the guy who's initiated the conversation, he is wrong. And that doesn't make any sense. You know? So then, what does it bring us? It brings us that the whole thing we talked about is meaningless. My perception of what's right and wrong is completely pointless. Because society will judge you. Society will judge you for being too successful. Society will judge you for not being successful enough. Society will judge you for being an asshole or being kind. But it's never enough. You understand? So your role as a person is to be socially acceptable. Because you want to fit in. Because you want to fit in, like, well, whatever I do, I'll fit in. Right? It's all bullshit. You want to fit in what? In a mold of society that doesn't belong to you? In the rule of society that was made decades ago? Doesn't make any sense. It makes you wonder, am I enough? Will I ever be enough? And that's a question. And we're not going to answer today. Because we're home. It's still a good question. Could be a better son, it could be a better person. It could be worse. Am I okay with that? Am I satisfied with that? If I am, what's the problem with that? Do I want more? How do I get more? How do I get to be a better person without changing who I am? How do I get to be the perfect person without looking unattainable? One of my favorite songs is fucking my ordinary life, living tombstone. And the guy is talking about how, because he's famous, I feel like the rules don't apply to him. Because he's famous, I feel like people, whatever he does, it's okay. You feel disconnected from real life. Right? And, oh shit, guys, I have to hurry. 5%. Oh shit. Yeah, so I'm gonna let you guys go. I have to hurry.